The other thing is once we wanna tell Matlab not to print something, we separate the different comments with a semi-comment. I think I mentioned that last time. So if we do this and we input both arrays and we ask it to plot it, we'll end up with a plot like that. So it's important to keep in mind that Matlab by default connects every little dot that we ask it to plot with a blue line. So now next we'll see how to specify if you want just specific points or a different color for the line and markers. So one key thing we use in order to change lines and markers and stuff like that is a table, which we can find in Matlab or Google. It will find it. So it gives us the symbol we want to